All right, everyone, let's talk about a new art word, and it's called mosaic. A mosaic is a type of sculpture when an artist used little tiny pieces of glass and they glue them to a big vase or another big type of sculpture. You might see this type of art sometimes on a window, what we call a stained glass window, or on a vase, something that you can put flowers inside of. So this is a picture of a real mosaic, and here is an example of my mosaic. Now, in a mosaic, an artist is always using patterns. So we know that patterns can be repeated colors, lines, or shapes. So a certain type of pattern that I see here would be red, yellow, red, yellow. So we're going to try and make a pattern mosaic by using pieces of paper and our glue to make this look like a vase. Later, we will turn this picture into kind of like a flower vase. So here's my mosaic vase, and we will make some flowers later. So what I would like to start with here is my white piece of paper at my table and this little piece of paper that looks like a vase. I'm going to trace this to make my own vase today. So I'm going to place this on my white paper and just take my black marker and trace the vase that I see. So the two curvy sides. Once I've traced that, I can cut out my vase from my white paper. Okay, once I've cut out the whole vase that I've traced, now it's time to make these patterns that we see in our real mosaic, these color patterns. So we can see on the first line here, my color pattern starts as pink, blue, purple, green, purple, red, orange, red, and I'm repeating color patterns all the way down. So at your table, you'll find little tiny squares like this with lots of different colors. So you can just take a little handful and put it next to your spot and start with a color pattern. So because we're going to do a lot of gluing today, we're also going to use our little cups of glue and our paintbrushes. So I'll dip my paintbrush in the glue to start, and I'm just going to put a little line of glue on the top here for my first row of mosaic pattern. I'll put my paintbrush back in my glue. Now I think I'm going to start with the pattern pink, purple, pink, purple. So I'll put this right all the way up at the edge there so that it's really touching the white part of the vase. And then I'll find another, so pink, purple is my pattern. Put it right up against the pink one, no space in between, nice and neat. Then pink, and then purple. So once I've gotten all the way to the edge of the vase here, I can stop. If it goes off my vase a little bit, that's okay, I'll cut these off later. Now I'll think of a new pattern. I need to do another little line of glue here, just a little bit. Now I think I'll do yellow, blue, yellow, blue. So I just need one more. I don't have any more space there. Yellow, blue, yellow, blue. So I'll keep doing this all the way down until I've filled in a different color pattern for each spot. Wipe my glue again. Red, green could be next. I need one more red. Okay, so I finished that row. So now this is what my vase is going to look like as I filled up all color patterns all the way down. I went all the way to the edge of the vase each time. Now I have a couple pieces sticking off the edge here, so we've practiced this before. I can just take my scissors and just clean this up a little bit. Just cut off the scraps here. All the little pieces that go off the edge, just cut them off. Okay, I finished my mosaic. This might be all that you get done today. This is a lot of work, boys and girls. But if you finish all of this today and you're ready for the next step is to get your white paper, your big piece of white paper. You're going to write your name on the back of this. And you're going to take your vase and glue it right to the bottom of your paper, all the way to the bottom. So I think I'll take my glue again and just put a couple little spots on the back of my vase and stick it right to the bottom here. The reason why we're sticking it to the bottom is because we want enough space on the top here for the flowers to come out of the vase. So now I'm just going to sketch some stems to come out of the vase for my flowers. Think about trying to draw at least 6 or 7 flowers. So now I'll start to draw some flowers in my flower vase. There's a couple worksheets that can help you at your table to see how to draw different flowers. These worksheets will go step by step with you to show you how to draw different types of flowers. Or you can practice what we learned at the beginning of the year when we were drawing some flowers. We were doing some overlap. So I started with some petals, and then I did some overlap to make the flower bigger, and bigger and bigger and bigger. So I can try that again, or I can try a different type of flower. Maybe I can try, maybe I can try to draw this flower right here with the really big petals. Some really floppy big petals. Okay, so I'm going to keep drawing all of my flowers on my flower stems. Let's pretend I drew them all. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of color with my oil pastels. So maybe I will color this flower purple. And I'll color up each of the stems here. Each of the petals of the flower. I can color the stems in green if I like. I can draw some leaves on the side. Okay, so I'm going to keep coloring each of my flowers nice and neat inside of the lines. Last step, we'll probably work on this next week, is we're going to paint the background space. We're just going to do watercolor paint in the background space around the flowers. And we're going to do a little color down here to make the vase look like it's sitting on top of a table. Okay, so that's what you're going to work on today. Start with tracing your vase and gluing your patterns down with your little mosaic pieces.